W.F. Muhammad. I came to North America by myself. My uncle was brought over here by the trader 379 years ago. My uncle cannot talk his own language. He does not know that he is my uncle. He likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. Why does he like the devil? Because the devil put fear in him when he was a little boy. Why does he fear now since he is a big man? Because the devil taught him to eat the wrong food. Does that have anything to do with the above question number 10? Yes, sir. That makes him other than his own self. What is his own self? His own self is a righteous Muslim. Are there any Muslims other than righteous? I beg your pardon. I have never heard of one. How many Muslim sons are there in North America? Approximately 3 million. How many original Muslims are there in North America? A little over 17 million. Did I hear you say that some of the 17 million do not know that they're Muslims? Yes, sir. I hardly believe that unless they are blind, deaf, and dumb. Well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies. Can the devil fool a Muslim? Not nowadays. Do you mean to say that the devil fooled them 379 years ago? Yes, the trader made an interpretation that they would receive gold for their labor more than they were earning in their own country. Then did they receive gold? No. The trader disappeared and there was no one that could speak their language. Then what happened? Well, they wanted to go to their own country, but they could not swim 9,000 miles. Why didn't their own people come and get them? Because their own people did not know that they were here. When did their own people find out that they were here? Approximately 60 years ago.
If someone makes a script to a movie, what do? They write in advance what people are going to say and do long before the stage has ever been set, before the cameras are ever turned on. An actor studies that script. Is that right? At their home, is that true? Then they show up to audition for the part. And after they are chosen to fulfill that part, then that actor or actress gets on the stage or in front of the camera and then enacts what has already been pre-recorded. Well, if the Bible and Holy Quran are scriptures, this is not a script for a play or a movie. This is a pre-recorded document dictating activity in advance for the grand stage of life. All praise is due to Allah. So we can't afford to look at the Bible as some poetic historical document. No, the Bible and Holy Quran is a book for today. It is for now. We are living and walking right up out the book, and if we don't understand that, we're going to miss out on our divine guidance. All praise are due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, whenever he goes into the scripture, he goes on to say, on page 188, he said Moses and Jesus were both examples of what was to come at the end of this world. Not the end of Moses and Jesus' world. Moses and Jesus' lives were examples of what would take place among the so-called Negroes in America. You didn't hear that. See, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that 75% of what you read about Jesus is prophecy. And only 25% is historic. Then in page 90 or 92 of this book, Message to the Black Man, he says that nearly 2/3 of the entire Bible is all prophecy. The word prophecy, prefix pro, means in advance. Phasis in Greek means to speak. So if 2/3 or more is prophecy, if 75% of what we read about Jesus is prophecy, then even though the Old Testament might have been written 4,000 years ago, and someone recorded the New Testament 2,000 years ago, reality is they were writing down something that was a word spoken in advance. We are not looking at a Moses, a Jesus, a children of Israel yesterday. We are that real children of Israel. And we are living in the time of the real Moses and Jesus. All praise is due to Allah.
You may very well be confused because you've been victimized by a great deceiver who has played one of his greatest tricks that the world's arch deceiver played on the world is trick the world regarding the identity of Jesus. That's right. And he did this by two crafty moves. With the Bible, he first, knowing that only 25% of what's in the Bible regarding Jesus is historical. There is an historical nugget in the Gospels, but it's a nugget. Only 25% of what you read in the Gospel should you look back to understand and comprehend. Only 25% has a context in first century Jerusalem. 75% of it, at the time it was written, referred to a future time. Predicted, prophesied, anticipated future events which will come to fulfillment in the end of days. But Satan craftily got you taking the historic for prophetic, the nugget, and taking the prophetic for historic. The other trick Satan pulled was he found 5 entities spoken of in Scripture, and he conflated them into one entity. He put the same name on 5 different entities that named Jesus. That one 2,000 years ago, he was not the Messiah. He was a prophet. He did a good work. They killed him. But then there's one that he wears the title Son of Man. As a light shining from the east even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. This figure travels from east to west. Now, this figure is different from Christ. How do we know? This figure, the scripture says the Son of Man comes down from heaven. The Son of Man comes down from heaven, while Christ is the first fruit of those who fallen asleep. The first born from the dead. Christ is born from a dead people and is exalted up to God, where the Son of Man condescends. The Son of Man is God who comes down from his holy seat in heaven.
That's right. Go ahead.
From his holy seat of heaven, he comes down where the people are at. What people?
Go ahead.
Wheresoever the carcass is, there shall the eagles be gathered. That's why the Son of Man travels from east to west. He's looking for something. He's looking for a carcass.
Go ahead.
The remains of a once living people, but are now dead people.
Right.
He's seeking the carcass out to breathe life back into it. That's the Son of Man. That's Jesus, the Son of Man. He's God that condescends and comes down to earth.
That's right.
But Christ is not that. Christ is the firstborn from the dead.
Go ahead.
And the Son of Man raises up one from among the dead and makes him, Christ exalts him up
Go ahead.
into Godhood.
Go ahead.
Big fields are waiting for the wide-awake man to work out. Arise the dead by the thousands. The dead nation must arise, for the time is at hand. Look in your poison book. Work cheerfully and fear not,